Good morning and welcome to another One Mind meditation. For this week, we don't just have one teacher to lead us into our daily practice, but a whole collection of beautiful teachers available to us. Sunmarie, good morning. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday morning. Right, let's get into today's message. Take a moment to create in your mind the image of a majestic mountain towering over the landscape around it. See this mountain standing resolute against the ever-changing elements. This mountain, battered yet unyielding, represents an essential truth about ourselves. We ourselves possess an eternal constant within, capable of holding all of life's experiences without becoming a victim to any of them. Danae, a very good morning. It is so good to see you. Hello. How do we become better at embodying this essence, this immovable presence that is available to all of us? Today's message draws from leading figures in the world of psychology and mental health: Bessel van der Kolk, Stephen Batchelor, and Viktor Frankl. The first one is Bessel van der Kolk. He speaks of it this way. Charlene, good morning. It's great to see you. Hello. Right, let's get back to Bessel van der Kolk. He says, body awareness is what puts us in touch with our inner world, the landscape of our organism. Simply noticing our annoyance, noticing our nervousness, noticing our anxiety, that immediately helps us shift our perspective and opens up new options other than our old, automatic, habitual reactions. Mindfulness puts us in touch with the transitory nature of our feelings and perceptions. When we pay focused attention to our bodily sensations, then we can recognize the ebb and flow of our emotions, and with that, we can increase our control over them. There is a part of us that is an eternal constant, and then there are parts that we experience almost like the weather, an ebb and flow of emotions, an ebb and flow of thoughts and narratives that come and go on rotation. Bessel van der Kolk called that specifically a transitory nature. Things that come and go, ebb and flow. And underneath that, there's something with more substance. Van der Kolk speaks about how bringing our awareness to what our body's experiencing can open us up to the realization that we have the freedom to choose a different response to what we experience, rather than the old habitual reactions we've had in the past. The key lies in recognition. When you can take a step back and observe what your body is experiencing, when you can describe to yourself how anxiety feels in your chest, or how anger tightens your jaw, something remarkable happens. You're no longer being consumed by the emotion. You're observing it. And if you're observing the anger rather than being the anger, then what you're actually being is that eternal constant, the mountain that can hold it all without being a victim to any of it. Stephen Batchelor says, meditation is about embracing what is happening to this organism as it touches its environment in this moment. Hey Anthony, good evening. It's great seeing you. Hello. The practice of becoming present with our body experiences reveals that we are not our thoughts. We are the consciousness beneath those thoughts, the awareness that witnesses the endless parade of mental and emotional content. Through this practice, we discover what Viktor Frankl describes so elegantly: the freedom to choose a different response. He said, in between stimulus and response, there is a space. It is in this space that our freedom lies. It is in this space that we have choice. When we develop the ability to take a step back from constantly reacting to everything, then we discover that we have many more options available to us. This is freedom, no longer being a victim to our own past programming. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll slip away together. Today's meditation is I Am the Mountain. Let's start with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, become fully aware of the rise in your body as you inhale. Feel which parts of your body you can feel rising. And as you exhale, feel the surrender. Notice where in your body it is that you can feel softness happening. And while you continue your full body breathing, bring to your mind the image of a mountain. Perhaps your favorite mountain. capture that image and bring it closer. Imagine watching over this mountain for thousands, even millions of years. And just imagine what are all of the things that this mountain must have seen come and also go. For one, just imagine the species of animals that would have lived on and around this mountain and also having become extinct while this mountain is still there. For all the comings and goings, there was no interference from the mountain necessary. Everything that came also went, without the mountain having needed to do anything. Take a moment and watch the human busyness around this mountain, like ants scurrying around. And most of what the humans brought was also not permanent. Most of it left again. Watching the world around it for millennia, would the mountain have a deep sense of what is important and what is just not? Your soul, your wisdom is like this mountain. Your soul too has seen everything come and also most of it go. Your wisdom knows what is important and what is just not. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body. Feel how softness settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, really feel the air flowing in through your nostrils. Really feel the air as it touches the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon in your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. with your next big breath as you dive deep into you. Pull closer again that image of your mountain. See it from top to bottom. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. Invite the child in you to come and play along, and use as much imagination as you can muster. We're going to go through a visualization of our mountain, a detailed visualization of what we can find on this mountain. And here's why this is helpful. When you close your eyes and try to visualize, now you don't have to nail the visualization, you simply need to try. What happens in this process is that your brain waves come down lower. When we wake up in the morning, we wake up from a theta into an alpha brainwave state. And then we pick up our phone and scroll through social media and see all the bad news in the world, and very quickly we're in beta. And as we go about our day and deal with all the stresses and anxieties, we go into like a very fast high beta state. Right now, you have the opportunity to bring that down again, down into low beta. It's not too difficult to get back into alpha, and it's even possible to slip all the way down into theta again, simply by closing your eyes and visualizing. To do this, your brain has to do a similar thing to when you go to sleep, go to bed, fall asleep, and then dream. In a dream state, your brain comes up with imagery. Right now, you're asking your brain to come up with imagery. A very similar thing happens. So be open, be playful, and lean into visualizing what is on your mountain. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, once again, see your mountain from top to bottom, fly around your mountain. The question is your mountain completely covered in vegetation? Can you see that? Is your mountain completely rocky with almost no plants? Or is it somewhere in between? Just have fun with that image. Take your next big breath. Let's get very specific, very detail focused. Ask your brain to give you detail. We're going to zoom in on the plants of your mountain. Find a plant growing on your mountain. And pay attention to where this plant has made its home. The environment that it grows in, the soil or rocky spaces that it grows in. Watch how this plant's roots dig and stretch through the rock and soil in order to make its home. Ask your brain for as much detail as possible as you take your next big breath. Then we'll move our attention to the animals on your mountain. Find an animal, any animal on your mountain, and follow it home. Where does this animal sleep? Where does it make its home? Ask your brain for as much detail as possible. Take your next big breath. And then we'll bring our attention to the birds of your mountain. And again, ask your brain for detail. The more your brain tries to build detail in your visualization, the lower your brain waves go. And the lower your brain waves are, the more access you have to your subconscious. The more your subconscious sits and pays attention to where we are going with this. So find a bird on your mountain, follow it to its nest. How did it build its nest? How much detail can you see? Take your next big breath. And then be the mountain. sit and embody this mountain? How must it feel to be this mountain? To be sitting in the sunlight, having its surface warmed by rays of sunshine. This mountain holding all of this life that we were just looking at. How must it feel to be this mountain? Just imagine that. Take your next big breath. As the mountain sits, everything around it is in constant flux. From sitting in sunlight to clouds rolling in and blocking that sun, the mountain now sits in shade. And from these clouds it starts to rain. And instead of basking in the sunlight, the mountain is now drenched. Drops forming rivulets and streams on the mountain surface, while everything around the mountain has now changed. Is the mountain any different? What does the mountain think about the change in weather? Does the mountain itself resist the change in weather? Take your next big breath. And when the sun goes down and the wind picks up, and what was just rain turns into a full-blown storm, the face of your mountain is being lashed with wind and water. And it's loud. There is a howling loudness around every corner. It's pitch black darkness, except for the occasional flash of lightning, a crash of thunder. Everything around the mountain has moved. But is the mountain different? How does the mountain feel about the changing weather? Take your next big breath. when day breaks the next morning in clear skies as the mountain knew it would. When the first rays of sunlight caresses the face of your mountain. Is the mountain any different now? How does the mountain feel about a new day breaking? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time today's few quotes. The first one by Bessel van der Kolk. And in different words, he speaks about the ever-changing landscape. And he also speaks about how to get to that place that is solid. He says body awareness puts us in touch with our inner world, the landscape of this organism. He says simply even noticing the changing weather, noticing your annoyance, your nervousness, your anxiety. Noticing it helps us shift our perspective and opens up new options other than our automatic, old, habitual reactions. Mindfulness puts us in touch with the transitory nature of our feelings and perceptions. When we pay focused attention to how our body experiences these, then we can recognize the ebb and flow of our emotions. And the more we recognize the ebb and flow, the more it gives us control of those emotions. Then Stephen Batchelor says, meditation is about embracing what is happening to this organism as it touches its environment in this moment. Meditation is about noticing how the organism is reacting to the environment in this moment. Holding that space for the experience to be felt. And here's what becomes available to us the better we get at this. Viktor Frankl beautifully said it. He said, in between stimulus and response, in between us being triggered and then reacting or responding to that trigger, in between there is a space. Viktor Frankl says, in this space lies our choice. In this space, we have freedom to choose. Can you feel the mountain in you? The part of you that stays unchanged, no matter how the weather changes around it. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust in my mountain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust that whatever the weather is, it will shift. It will change because weather always moves. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust that when I see the weather from the perspective of the mountain, that I can hold a space, even in the worst storm, that is reminded that this storm too will pass. And it's okay that it feels uncomfortable right now, but I can trust that it won't last. Because in the history of this planet, no storm has ever lasted forever. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust in my mountain. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your mountain into our circle of mountains. Thank you, Charlene. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sun Marie. Thank you, Danae. Love you guys. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.